Hello everyone, I'm so excited to share with you some glory from our Fan into Flame retreat a couple weekends ago. Truly, I had so many young adults come up to me on Sunday and share just how profound of a weekend that they experienced. People who experienced peace, God's love, they experienced prophetic encouragement, they experienced the mercy of the Lord, they experienced connection and belonging. Just a really powerful weekend. Which I'm just, in awe of the Lord's goodness and his individual pursuit of each person that was on the retreat. Today, I want to share with you 3 stories that I hope you will be really encouraged and edified by. So the first is a woman named Claire. She's actually the younger sister of one of our Mission Corps members. And this Mission Corps member has just really had her younger sister on her heart. She's been far from the church. She's been struggling, lonely, isolated, and just has not been experiencing, real purpose and depth in her faith. And so was very excited that she said yes to coming on this retreat. And Saturday evening, during our time of Eucharistic adoration, during our prayer ministry time, I actually had the opportunity to pray with Claire, and her sister. And she was facing Jesus in the Eucharist, and was just sharing with me about how she has been so lonely and she's been longing for happiness, been unfulfilled, not satisfied. And I just looked at her and I asked her, do you want happiness? Do you want peace? Because if so, this is where you will find it. And so invited her to pray the prayer for baptism in the Holy Spirit, which is really just inviting Jesus to be Lord of your life and placing your life under his lordship and his dominion, and then asking for a fuller release of the Holy Spirit to fill your heart, right? The Holy Spirit, who is the love of God the Father and the love of God the Son for each other, to fill her heart. And so she prayed that prayer, and as she prayed it, she experienced tears, and it was really beautiful because as we were praying, I ended up having this image, and it was of a red balloon getting filled up. And then I saw the main character from the movie Up receive the balloon, and then I saw him getting lifted up into the sky with a singular balloon. And so I shared with her this image, and I was like, Claire, I'm not sure if this is going to resonate. And her jaw drops. And then her sister goes, she loves that movie. And I just got to share with her this sense that Jesus' love is what's filling the balloon, and that love, that relationship is going to take her to new and higher places, and it's going to be an experience of adventure and joy that she'll have, but it really is his love that's going to take her there. And just from that moment, it really resonated with her heart and her story. And talking with her sister after the retreat, she just mentioned how profoundly impacted she was. And so that's one story of just the specific love that God has for his people. I've seen that movie one time, had not had any sort of images like that for the entire retreat weekend, but in that one moment where he wanted his beloved daughter to feel known and seen and loved, he offered me that image so that way I could extend it to her and she would experience God's presence and really the truth that he knows her uniquely and specifically and loves her. So that's one story I want to share. Another is of a woman named Anna. So one of the women in our Mission Corps invited her friend Anna, who's at the same school that she's at, to this retreat. And she ended up testifying to her friend after the retreat that she had never encountered the Holy Spirit like she did on this weekend. And so she actually went back to her classroom where she teaches 8th graders who are preparing for their confirmation and testified to her experience of the Holy Spirit on this retreat. And she said she could tangibly feel something shift in the room, where her 8th graders were really experiencing the power of her testimony breaking something in the room, to where now there's this real excitement and hopefulness for the sacrament that they're about to receive. Isn't that incredible? It's so cool. Not only was Anna deeply moved, but the overflow of God's love in her life is now extending to these 8th graders that she gets time with every single day, who are preparing to receive the sacrament of confirmation themselves. How awesome. Okay, so that was story number 2. Story number 3 is one that actually could seem discouraging on the front end. So another woman who is part of our mission corps, she's been helping prepare for this retreat. She's on the environment team. She's super excited, super joyful, filled with the Holy Spirit, excited for what God's going to do. And she ends up reaching out to me on the Friday of the retreat, letting me know that she is unable to make it because her grandmother is passing away. And right, what at first is like, oh, that's so heartbreaking. Like my heart is deeply grieving because of the pain that your family's going through. But also I was so hopeful for you to get to experience this retreat and experience the fruit of your labors, but also get to encounter the Lord yourself on this retreat. Like, oh, I'm so bummed, like for so many reasons. After this retreat is over, she ends up sharing with me that a few days before her grandmother passes away, she got the chance to share with her grandmother about Jesus and how Jesus is with us in every moment. We're never alone. We're never like by ourselves. We don't ever have to be afraid. Like he is with us and he loves us and he has got Emmanuel, right? Well, she ends up realizing that her grandmother has never been baptized. And so literally a few days before her grandmother passes away, she is baptized. She is welcomed into the family of God. And so much of that is actually a testament to this woman's love for her grandmother, seeing her and having the courage and the confidence to follow the prompting of the Holy Spirit and testify about who Jesus is to her in her life and get to share Jesus with her grandmother. And then it leads to her grandmother's baptism. Like, so incredible, so beautiful. And at first, like glance can seem discouraging that she's unable to come to the retreat. Like you later see how God intentionally positioned her to be there and to be a vessel of his love and his encouragement and his truth and his grace. And she testified to how tangibly she felt the Holy Spirit amongst her family in this very vulnerable, grief-stricken time, but also a time of celebrating and encouragement and love. Like she was a missionary in that moment, proclaiming the gospel, proclaiming the love of Jesus Christ to her family members. How incredible, am I right? And just those are just 3 stories. And I have so many more that I could share with you about how God is moving, how he did move, how he's continuing to move in the hearts and the minds and the lives of these young people. But beyond that, right, in the 8th graders, in the family members, in the religious that were with us on the retreat, there's so many individuals who've been impacted. And I'm in awe. I'm in awe of the Lord's goodness. I'm in awe of the Lord's faithfulness. I'm in awe of the Lord's pursuit. And in my own life, I'm just so encouraged that he is in the driver's seat. And we never need to be afraid. We never need to be discouraged because he's moving. And right, we get to fight from a place of victory. We don't have to fight for victory, but rather from victory because Jesus Christ has already won and we're on his team. And so I'm so encouraged, so edified by what I got to witness. And also I'm experiencing so much gratitude for each of you, for your prayers, for your support. Truly, something like this does not happen without the backing of so many prayer warriors who are lifting up air support for something like this. And I know so many of the young men and women on this retreat are also grateful because of the experience, the profound encounter that they had with the Lord. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to extend my gratitude and also hope that you get to delight and be edified by and encouraged by these stories as well. Grateful.